Hi, greetings, fellow clinicians. Dr. G back again. And if you're anything like me, then you find yourself oftentimes scrambling, coming in early for your shifts, leaving later, and we're already working overtime and getting stressed out just to be able to pass on all that contextual knowledge or to capture it that may not be recorded within the EMR and other things as you come onto shift or as you leave. There's so many things that can take place. It just sometimes takes up a lot of our time, again, handing that off and gathering that or passing it along. So we have introduced something to help to lessen the stress, and that's made available both through the desktop. So whether you're on your cart going around with the EMR or a shared workstation, as well as more and most conveniently, your phone, right? So in my case, I have an iPhone, you may have an Android phone, but whatever the case might be, Clinician Soundbites is really something meant to ease your day and to make things just a little less stressful and to aid with that transition and handoff. So today we're going to take a look at how that works within our emergency room team. Now, one of the things we've instituted here at Smarter Health for our folks is for each of the different units, be it the ER, be it the maternity ward, be it radiology, whatever the case might be, we have introduced teams within Microsoft Teams so that you can pass along notes, share files, pass along learning and other things. You know, we just did a video on just-in-time learning, and here you can see we've brought some of that together for our ER folks. But we've also now introduced something called Soundbites. And what Soundbites does is exactly what you think it might do. It allows you to share a soundbite, a quick and easy capture of what's taking place within the environment at a given time, so that not only can you pass along that information that may not necessarily be captured within the EMR, but furthermore, those folks coming in can listen to it just like a podcast in their car, right? They're driving in, I'm driving in, getting ready for my shift here in the ER. And rather than trying to scramble and corner somebody, hey, bring me up to date, what's going on? We can capture all that information, make it available. And then as I'm driving in, just like I would any other audio podcast, listen to it via my phone using Microsoft Teams so I can hear it over my speaker. So I'm going to do a couple of things here. Number one, here we are, we're in Microsoft Teams, and there's my connections. We looked at learning earlier, but I'm going to go into Teams, and there you can see I've pinned the two teams I'm a part of. I'm a part of both the general ER one as well as pediatric care. And so I'm going to go ahead, though, in this case, so that everything's the same. I'm going to bring up my ER one, and there I am. I'm in there. And if I go to the More tab at the top, let's go ahead and we'll select that. There are sound bites. So that's going to render and bring up the same ones you see there on my screen. There we go. So we have it in both ways. And this is how it's designed to work. This is easy, folks. This is a great way, again, to capture that data, be it around a visiting, maybe it's in pediatrics and you have a client that came in, one of your patients, and you're attending to them and you're capturing that information and wanting to pass it along. But in this case, we're talking the ER. So let's say during my shift, I'm the head of the ER for that day. I'm the lead clinician. And we had just before, maybe 40 minutes before my shift ends, there was a pile up on a local highway. And as a result, we're seeing a lot of blunt force trauma and other injuries that are coming into the ER on my shift, and they continue to trickle in. And I want to pass that along because folks coming in, sometimes it's jarring. We come in, we're getting ready to start our shift, and bam, we're hit with this emergency, and we've got to quickly shift our brain, and there's all that mental shift that takes place. Okay, what do I need to do for triaging, blah, blah, blah. This enables me, I'm on my drive, to quickly see it and listen to it. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I could do it right here on the computer. You can see right here, it says create a soundbite, and I can play them right here. But again, Teams on the phone makes it all right there. So right here, whoops, right there, we have this icon. I'm going to say record, and then it's going to ask me for a couple of things. I'm going to give it the title. In the title, we're going to call it shift, because my shift is, let's say, shift 2. And the date today is, 6/16. So 6/16. 2022. There you go. And then it gives me the option, if I've already recorded something, to just upload the audio file or to press record. I'm going to hit record. And it also asked me, I'm sorry, to pick an audience. So in this case, this is going to be for this particular group, which is the ER, emergency room. There we go. Now, when I click record, we're now recording. So this is Dr. G. I'm here on the second shift. Today's date of 6/16/2022, and we just had a pile up on local highway 9524. As a result of that, we've been seeing an influx of patients brought in via ambulance, so emergency services bringing them in, also self-transported with various blunt force trauma, including breakage, internal bleeding, hemorrhaging, etc. All the things you might expect, and we anticipate this to continue for the next 20 to 30 minutes. So I just wanted to pass that along as you're coming in. Be prepared. It is chaotic in here, and there's going to be a lot of work to do. So be ready. We'll see you then, and we're going to stop. So I've now stopped my recording. It then says, and then I have the option at the bottom here to click create. So we're going to go ahead, click that. It's now creating that piece, and it's going to have that all uploaded, and boom, look at that. I got the alert here. I got an alert on my phone. And if I come in here, let's just go ahead. First, we'll refresh the view here on our PC, and we should see that new particular piece come up. And I'm refreshing. I did a pull down on my phone so we can refresh the view here as well. And so there we go. We have shift 2, 2/16 right here. I'm also seeing that at the top here with my latest. And so I'm going to go ahead and let's turn up my volume. So this is what we would anticipate. Yes, you can play it here on the PC. Maybe you're at home and you're logged in. But let's say you're that clinician, and many of us do podcasts today. So it's just a simple, just like you might do on, one of the streaming services for podcasts out there. I'm just going to simply hit, the play button up here. And play. We're now recording. So this is Dr. G. I'm here on the second shift. Today's date of 6/16/2022, and we just had a pile up on local highway 9524. As a result of that, so I'll stop that and close it. But as you can see, it's quick, it's easy, it's mobile. So as you're going about your duties and your team has a need for shift changing, for that kind of a handoff, you want to minimize the time that you have to have. You don't want to come in, a half hour to an hour earlier than you need to be in there, or stay afterwards for all that time, kind of sitting down. You think about some of the huddles that take place. We can now start to virtualize that and use Soundbites to absolutely do those handoffs and minimize your time so that you can keep more time for yourself, your loved ones, and other activities that you need to attend to. So lowering the stress, Clinician Soundbites, they're here at Smarter Health. Take advantage of them, share them with your colleagues, and show them how they can use them. It's simple, it's easy, and it lets you get rocking. With that, this is Dr. G. Bidding you have a great day. Take care, and as always, ciao, and improve those patient outcomes.